Do you feel any shame for what Fine Gael's time in government has done to our capital city? Tánaiste, I know that's a difficult charge, but I want to illustrate the point. So let me talk to you about just one street in central Dublin. That street is Gardiner Street. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Gardiner Street, Tánaiste, but it is just one street over from the GPO, where a mere 18 months ago you stood and made a pre-election commitment to the people of Dublin. Do you remember that commitment? Well, we're launching the long-awaited report of the Dublin City Centre Task Force who set up our capital city. It deserves a brighter future, it deserves dedicated resources, and it deserves a vision, and we have it now. That was the promise, and one street over from where you made it, Gardiner Street, embodies the failure. Tánaiste, 1/10 of the homeless population of Ireland are being warehoused in emergency accommodation on Gardiner Street. The Dublin Regional Homeless Executive have contracted 20 properties on this one street, all but one of which are privately operated. That's 1,700 emergency accommodation beds on barely half a kilometre stretch of road. And yes, Tánaiste, I too winced at the use of the term warehoused, but I know personally the lived experiences of families trapped in this reality, and to call it anything else would be an insult to their experience. Owen Murphy is the principal of Gardiner Street Primary School, where 20% of the children are living in emergency homeless accommodation. He recently told RTE's Prime Time, students' basic needs aren't being met a lot of the time because they might be up late at night, they might not have good washing facilities or cooking facilities, nowhere to play or do their homework. He went on, if your basic needs aren't met, it's very hard to learn. What's happening on Gardiner Street is a blight on this republic, Tánaiste, but there is another fact I want you to hold in your head if you visit central Dublin over the next few weeks. Using all available data sources, the North City Centre Residents Alliance have concluded that there are 7,000 people living in homeless accommodation in the North Inner City. Tánaiste, I don't have time to talk about the level of complex needs that are being unmet in this cohort, but it is devastating to the lives of those trapped in this broken system and to the communities trying to pick up the pieces of government failure. But there is an even crueler juxtaposition operating in tandem. The average monthly rent in Dublin City is €2,700 a month. Rents are 80% higher than they were a decade ago, and do you know how many affordable purchase homes were delivered across the entirety of Dublin City Council boundaries last year? Zero, not a single one. Tánaiste, 18 months ago you stood at the GPO and talked of a vision for Dublin City. It's hard not to see the culmination of that vision as a city that is too expensive for the vast majority of Dubliners to ever live in, and the creation of a system of poverty that is inescapable for those caught in the failed policies of your government. So Tánaiste, I'll ask again, is this the vision of government, is this the vision of Dublin City that you have in mind? What's the plan to remove us from this and improve the capital city for the people who live here and the people who are caught in the oppressions that created with failed government policy?
Thank you, Deputy Gannon. Tánaiste.
Thank you very much to Deputy Gannon. Well, I remember very well standing there at the GPO for what I think was a very important moment for Dublin with the launch of the Dublin City Task Force report. And I say that because it's a report that has nothing to do with me. I decided that we should have a task force for Dublin. The report is the culmination of an incredible body of work done by many people, including many people in this House, including many people across the political divide, including all of the agencies, including the City Council and its very excellent Chief Executive, Richard Shakespeare, including many bodies, be it the HSE, be it An Garda Síochána, be it business groups who fed into the vision. And I know you know that too, but I do just want to say that that was the outworking of that. And since then, we've actually seen real progress in terms of the implementation of it. So I believe Dublin City Council, as recently as this week, I think, is progressing the establishment of the SPV. You'll be aware of the appointment government has made in terms of somebody to head that up and drive that in the person of Robert Watt. You'll be aware of the fact that we have allocated, Dublin City Council has allocated staff with the technical skills to a programme management unit to drive delivery, that they're now working on an integrated area strategy. You'll be aware of the changes we made to the Living City initiative, to make sure more homes in Dublin, including in your own constituency, can qualify for relief, more buildings to bring them back into use either as homes, including above the shop, removing any restriction in relation to that. You'll be aware of the very significant money we've provided through the various renewal funds around Parnell Square Culture Quarter, the fruit and vegetable market, the plans in relation to the GPO as well. And now we have that SPV to drive delivery too. So I am proud, quite frankly, of the vision of the Dublin City Centre Task Force. I think people far away from Dublin can take an interest in this too, because we all want to see a capital city that is vibrant and thriving. But that doesn't take away from the point that you've made, because the point you've made is also very valid. Homelessness in our capital city, homelessness in our country, but homelessness in our capital city is still far, far too high. And in certain parts of our country, there is a particular, I don't like the word concentration either, but a particularly high number of people as well. And we know that while homelessness is a national problem, we know that it's a problem that disproportionately impacts Dublin. And that's why we are providing more funding for the Dublin homeless region. We've provided funding of around €400 million in 2026. It's why we've provided local authorities with statutory discretion around HAP payments above the prescribed maximum rent limit. It's why we've recently met as a government with Dublin City Council and their Director of Housing and their Chief Executive, myself, the Taoiseach, the Minister for Housing, the Minister of State for Housing, to see what more can be done in relation to faster delivery of social housing. And I accept that it's an area in which we have a huge amount more work to do. But I think both pieces of work are important. Driving the implementation of the Dublin City Centre Task Force is key, while also obviously tackling the homeless emergency in this country.